Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the AFC House, the home of Asian football in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. My name is Zhong Wan, and I'll be your MC for this afternoon. We're gathered here today for the official group stage draw ceremony of the AFC Cup 2023-24, which will be the 19th edition of this exciting club competition. And we just saw in the beginning why the AFC Cup is a stage that everyone looks forward to every season. The number of member associations, mixture of clubs, and diversity are simply extraordinary to watch in this huge continent of Asia. Well, time certainly flies. It was just over 10 months ago that the AFC Cup 2022 final match concluded with Al Seeb Club from Oman being crowned the 12th different champion in the tournament history at the Bukit Jalil National Stadium here in Malaysia. So before we move on, let's take a moment to take a closer look at the most recent edition that took place in 2022.
Distance. It's in behind everybody. Shot takes a deflection just over the top. Opportunity here. Surely the opening goal.
Could his side be level? Rounds the keeper.
Gets the shot in. Oh yes! 2-0.
Well, we have seen some outstanding goals.
Good win with a cross. It's a deep one.
What a shot! What a goal! Absolutely fired that in. How many times has he done that?
He might try himself here. Oh, it's crept in.
Great opportunity. It's a fabulous finish. Concentration at the back,
And the header is in. The back of the net this time. What a chance! What a moment!
Oh, that's a beautiful ball. And there you go.
Gets the shot in. Brilliant.
Nonetheless, what a finish this could be. What a finish this could be.
He's got options ahead of him as well. Lovely flick there. Great chance. Great goal.
Ed Nielsen's cross. There's the goal! Beautifully put in!
That was the best of the action, and I'm sure that we can look forward to more from the 36 clubs which will shortly be involved in this afternoon's draw. Now, to get us started, please welcome the AFC General Secretary Datuk Seri Windsor John for his opening address.
Participating member associations, team coaches and representatives, football fans, members of the media, dear friends and colleagues. On behalf of the AFC President, a very warm welcome to one of the highlights of the Asian Club football calendar, the group stage draw of the AFC Cup 2023-2024. As you have just seen, the 2022 tournament was yet another thrilling campaign that culminated with Al Seeb Club becoming the first ever club from Oman to lift the trophy. And in a few weeks' time, we can all look forward to the resumption of more exciting action when the 19th edition of the AFC Cup kicks off. The AFC Cup 2023-2024 will be different from the previous tournaments because it will be the first to adopt the autumn-spring schedule. This decision was made a while ago, but the AFC's ambitions for the AFC Cup remains unchanged, to continue to provide ample opportunities for our developing member associations to compete at the top level of continental football. With the introduction of an increase in foreign player quota, the competition's intensity and quality will further be elevated. The AFC is firmly committed to our vision of ensuring that world-class competitions are delivered in order to lift the standards of Asian football, and the AFC Cup is a unique competition that exemplifies that. True to the spirit of the competition, there will be 12 debutants in the AFC Cup 2023 and 2024 group stage draw, and I am sure they will be eager to make their mark. Of course, the team that ends up lifting the trophy will create a slice of history, as this will be the last edition of the AFC Cup under its current format, with the impending transition into a new 3-tier club competition structure for the 2024-2025 season. Throughout its history, the success of the AFC Cup would not be possible without the unwavering support of all participating member associations, the team officials, our broadcast partners, members of the media, and our passionate fans. The AFC does not take it for granted, and it's very grateful for such dedication, and we are confident that it will continue into a new era of Asian club competitions. So now let us turn our attention to the main attraction for today, which all of you, I'm sure, are eagerly waiting for. And I wish all the clubs the very best of luck in the draw and also for the AFC Cup 2023-24 campaign. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Datuk Seri. Before we move on to the main event, please turn your attention to the screen as we take you through the draw mechanism.
AFC Cup 2023-24 Draw Mechanism, Group Stage and Zonal Semi-Finals. These are the 12 entries for the West Zone. The 4 entries for the South Zone. The Central Zone. The Asean Zone. And finally, the East Zone. Groups A, B, C. Participating clubs are seeded into 4 pots in accordance with the AFC Club Competitions ranking and the seeding within their respective member associations. Participating clubs from Pot 1 will be drawn into the respective positions in the order of A1, B1, and C1. Participating clubs from Pot 2 will be drawn into the first possible sequence between A2, B2, and C2, taking into consideration the country protection principle. The same draw principles in Pot 2 apply to participating clubs from Pots 3 and 4. No draw is required for the South and Central zones, and participating clubs will be allocated in accordance with the AFC Club Competitions ranking of their member association. Groups F, G, H. Participating clubs are seeded into 4 pots in accordance with the AFC Club Competitions ranking and the seeding within their member association. Draw sequence. Participating clubs from Pot 1 will be drawn into the respective positions in the order of F1, G1, and H1. Participating clubs from Pot 2 will be drawn into the first possible sequence between F2, G2, and H2, taking into consideration the country protection principle. The same draw principles in Pot 2 apply to participating clubs from Pot 3 and 4. Group I. Similar to the South and East Zone, no draw is required. Zonal semi-finals, West and ASEAN. 4 participating clubs from each zone will be paired in accordance with the following tables. This will conclude the group stage and zonal semi-final draw for the AFC Cup 2023-24.
Now, I trust that everyone knows how the draw will proceed after watching this video. It is my great pleasure to welcome to the stage our draw conductor for the afternoon, Mr. Avazbek Berdikulov, the Deputy Director of AFC's Competition and Football Events.
Thank you, Junghwan, and very good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for tuning in. I'm very happy to see all the participating clubs attending today's draw here in AFC House. After having our draw organized in the studio back in the enclosed facilities and having matches played without any spectators during the COVID period, we are very happy to be back on track, and we are very happy to resume our competition with full house of attendance in our draw, and we look forward to have full house of attendance in our matches as well, which expected to be very exciting competition. We also bring back home and away matches in our competition, and there will be no more centralized, no more one single match group stage in AFC Cup, which is also something we are really looking forward to. Today's draw will start with two big zones represented in front of me, West Zone and Asean Zone. They are the finalists of the last edition. Kuala Lumpur, represented from ASEAN, Althip from West, played in the last final, as mentioned already earlier, and you have also seen the video of the final played in Kuala Lumpur last November. So we start allocating teams from these two pots, two zones, into respective groups, and then at the end of the draw, we'll allocate teams of other zones into their respective groups. Without further ado, allow me to go with West Zone draw first, and we'll have a look at the participating clubs of the West Zone.
A really good run by the substitute. Is passed in, yes! A duo! Still going, Shalal. Oh, and he scored! Oh, well, I never.
Some strong teams in there, including 3-time champion Kuwait Sports Club, as well as former winners Al Ahad FC and Al Ittihad. As you can see in the draw competition logo behind me, we have 5 ribbons representing 5 zones, and West sits right in the middle in blue color, and we have also defending champion from the West Zone, so this is actually the top represented zone, winning the AFC Cup for most of the editions we had in the previous 19 years. So I will start the draw as explained during draw mechanics. We have 12 teams. We need to allocate these 12 clubs into 3 groups. They are from 8 member associations, so there will be some crossovers by the member associations represented with more than 1 clubs. In those cases, we'll avoid country protection. According to country protection rule, we will avoid same clubs from the same MA to be drawn into the same group. Without further ado, allow me to do the draw, and we start with pot 1. The first ball of the day will go to Group A, position 1. It is Al Ahad from Lebanon. 2019 AFC Cup champions, they already have this trophy in their bag. first Lebanese team to win the AFC Cup. Al Ahad will go to position 1 in Group A. Second ball, taking position 1 in Group B, we have representation from Jordan. Al-Wihdat, 3 times semi-finalists in the AFC Cup competition. They have not yet had the privilege of winning this competition. They were semi-finalists in 2006, 2007, and recently in 2011. This is their 12th appearance in the competition, and Al-Wihdat will take position 1 in Group B. The final remaining ball in this pot is Al-Zawra, so we'll have the confirmation here. Al-Zawra Sports Club from Iraq. They finished 3rd position in the Iraqi Premier League for 2022-23 season. They will take position 1 in Group C. Moving on, now we have teams from Pot 2, Kuwait Sports Club, Al-Rifa, and Al-Fatwa. Since they are different member associations from Pot 1, there will be no country protection rule necessary, and the ball to be drawn takes position in alphabetical order. Al-Futuwa from Syria takes position 2 in Group A. Qualified as the winner of 2022-23 Syrian Premier League, top club from Syria joins Al Ahad in Group A. Now we identify opponent for Al-Wihdat from Jordan. It is Kuwait Sports Club from Kuwait. 3 times AFC Cup champions, so we are having for us the strong team in Group B, champion in 2009, 2012, and 2013. This is 10th appearance for Kuwait Sports Club in this competition, and they take position 2 in Group B. The final ball from this pot should be Al-Rifa from Bahrain. And this is the confirmation. Al-Rifa qualified to AFC Cup as winner of 2021-22 Bahrain Premier League. This is 6th appearance for Al-Rifa in this competition, and they will join Al-Zawra from Iraq in Group C. We are halfway through. We are identifying teams already into their respective groups, and we'll continue with pot 3. Jabal al-Mukaber Club from Palestine. Qualified as winner of 2022-23 Palestine Domestic League, the strongest club from Palestine as per their league results. They go position 3 in Group A. Jabal al-Mukaber, A3. We have Al-Kahraba from Iraq and Najmah remaining. So Al-Kahraba cannot go to Group C. We need to keep this in mind, but they are now drawn to Group B, so everything naturally decided for us. They finished 5th position in the Iraqi Premier League for 2022-23 season. Al-Kahraba Sports Club from Iraq. Iraq is one of the member associations participating in both AFC Champions League and AFC Cup as well, and Kahraba takes position 3 in Group B. And the final ball here is Najmah Sports Club. Here is the confirmation. Lebanese representative, AFC Cup runners-up in 2005, 11th appearance in this competition, joins Al-Rifa and Al-Zawra in Group C. Okay, we have final pot, including winner of playoff matches, Al-Ittihad Ahli of Aleppo from Syria. We will allocate them into position 4 in groups A, B, and C. Al-Nahda Oman. Semi-finalists of AFC Cup in 2008. This is 3rd appearance for Omani club in the AFC Cup. And don't forget that we have actually defending champion from Oman in the cup in Oman at the moment, and they will go to Group A, position 4. Two more clubs remaining. Al Arabi from Kuwait. As we have already Kuwait Sports Club in Group B, we skip Group B because of country protection rule, and they will go to Group C, position 4. Qualified as runner-up of the Kuwait Premier League after Kuwait Sports Club, making their third appearance in the AFC Cup, one of the strong member associations and their strong clubs. Al Arabi takes position 4 in Group C. So to complete our draw, we have final ball. And if everything is correct, it should be Al-Ittihad Ahli of Aleppo. And here it is, Al-Ittihad Al-Ahli of Aleppo from Syria. They defeated Shabab Al-Halil from Palestine in the match played in a neutral venue in Saudi Arabia, 2-1, to make their way to the group stage. So we look forward to having them in our competition, and they will play in Group B, position 4. So there it is. We have first 3 groups in the competition. Congratulations for West Zone participating club members, and I hope you received the expected and interesting draw. We'll now move on to ASEAN, but before I start the draw, let's have a look at the clubs represented from this zone. An interesting lineup of teams there, as you can see, and for the first time we will have clubs from Australia participating in this competition, which also shows expansion of geography for our AFC Cup competition, and I'm happy to see representatives from the Australian clubs here present in our draw hall. Same principle, same approach. 8 member associations represented by 12 clubs, which we need to decide and allocate into 3 groups together with you. The same principle applies. We'll start from pot 1 and we'll conclude with pot 4. Only restriction we have is country protection. Clubs from the same member association cannot be drawn into the same group. First ball from pot 1, we have Dynamic Herb Cebu Football Club from Philippines. Runner-up of the 2022-23 season Philippines Football League, they will take position 1 in Group F. And just to remind you that Groups F, G, and H are allocated to ASEAN Zone, and we'll come back to the groups we skipped in the next part of the draw. We'll continue, and the next ball drawn from pot 1 will go to Group G, position 1. Terengganu Football Club from Malaysia. Runner-up of 2022 Malaysian Super League. This will be their second appearance in the AFC Cup. They were last participating in our competition back in 2012. Terengganu FC takes position 1 in Group G. The final ball should be Haiphong FC from Vietnam, and here is the confirmation. Haiphong FC, runners-up of the 2022 season of V-League, making their debut in the AFC Cup, will participate in Group H. Vietnam is one of the member associations participating in both AFC Champions League and the AFC Cup, and their champion is participating in the group stage of Champions League, while Haiphong played in the AFC Champions League playoff match, losing to Incheon United few days earlier. So they come back to AFC Cup, take position 1 in Group H. Continue with spot 2. Same principle. In alphabetical order, the first ball goes to Group F. Macarthur Football Club from Australia. This is first official activity of Australia in AFC Cup competition. Welcome to AFC Cup. They qualified as winner of the Australian Cup, and they're making their debut in AFC Cup, same like the Football Australia making debut in this competition. Macarthur FC, F2. Next ball, we have Bali United Football Club from Indonesia. This is the 5th appearance of the club in the AFC Cup competition, and they will be coming to neighboring Malaysia to play against Terengganu FC in Group G. Bali United, G2. The final ball is a representative from Singapore, Hougang United, and here is the confirmation. Qualified to AFC Cup group stage by winning Singapore Cup. This will be their 3rd appearance, and they will be taking position 2 in Group H. Hougang United, H2. Halfway through with ASEAN, we have 6 more balls left, and we continue the same principle. And let's find out who will play with opening match of Australian club in AFC Cup this September. Shan United from Myanmar. So their first match will be against Macarthur FC according to our match sequence principle. This club qualified as champion of Myanmar National League, #1 club in Myanmar, and this is their 4th appearance in the AFC Cup competition. Shan United FC, position 3 in Group F. We have Sabah FC also in this spot, which cannot be drawn in the same group with Terengganu. So let's keep this in mind. And as I mentioned, we have Sabah FC drawn, and we will skip Group G, but we put them in Group H because of country protection rule. Finished 3rd in the 2022 season of Malaysian Super League. Sabah FC will be making their debut in AFC Cup. Very beautiful place to visit. And this is position H3 for the club. Final ball should be Stallion Laguna FC from Philippines, and here is the confirmation. Stallion Laguna Football Club from Philippines. They finished 3rd in the 2022-23 season of Philippines Football League, another debutant in the AFC Cup competition, expanding our geography, and Stallion Laguna joins Bali United from Indonesia and Terengganu Football Club from Malaysia. To complete our draw for ASEAN Zone, we have 3 more balls remaining. Central Coast Mariners from Australia, Cambodian representative, and club from Indonesia, PSM Macarthur. Obviously, Australian club cannot go to Group F, which we need to keep in mind, but now we have Phnom Penh Crown Football Club from Cambodia. We have to congratulate the club. They played 2 matches already, even before we start the season for our competitions. They won 1 match at home, and then they defeated also Tampines Rovers in Singapore last night in the playoff match, earning their position in this group. Phnom Penh Crown FC completes Group F, takes position 4. Their opening match will be against Dynamic Herb Cebu FC in Philippines. Next ball. Coming to Terengganu for the opening match and taking position in Group G, we have PSM Macarthur from Indonesia. They defeated Yangon United from Myanmar last night, 4-0, sending a strong note to other clubs in the group stage that they will be not the club to be easily taken in the group stage, so they will come to Terengganu for the opening match, position 4 in Group G. And the final ball we have is G4, yes. It should be H4, yes, because they have to go to Haiphong FC for the country protection. Yeah, I think there is a technical allocation. I have been informed by computers that PSM Macarthur should go to Group H, position 4. And Central Coast Mariners from Australia will be the last team, qualified as runner-up of the A-League, making their debut in the competition. Yeah. We'll fix the graphics now because PSM Macarthur and Bali United are from the same member associations. They cannot be drawn in the same group, which has been highlighted by the computer. And I think there is a system now. Our guys are fixing it. Central Coast Mariners goes to group with FC Terengganu, which will be their opening match here in Terengganu in Malaysia, while PSM Macarthur goes to the last group of ASEAN. We'll update the group stage draw results, and it will be shown to you in a while. So this concludes the draw for ASEAN, and now we will have a look at the clubs representing in Central, South, and East zones, and I will make the arrangements for the pots to be reshuffled. Thank you. All right, now we have seen the remaining teams. We have 12 more clubs in 3 zones. There is no draw to allocate them into different groups because each zone will have one group of their own. However, for protocol and match scheduling purposes, we will display each club for our draw, and you have to take note of their position as we draw along the clubs. Similar to our draw, our competition logo, each zone represented by their own color. So we start with South Zone, which is allocated to Group D. We start with Bashundara Kings from Bangladesh. This is 3rd participation for the club in the AFC Cup. They played in the AFC Champions League playoff match in Sharjah few days ago. They lost 2-0, and they come back to AFC Cup to take position 2 in Group D. Next ball is Mohan Bagan Supergiant from India. They also played in the playoff matches, but playoff matches of the AFC Cup. They defeated Abahani Dhaka at home in the playoff. This is their 6th appearance in the AFC Cup group stage, and they will take position 4 in Group D. Another member in South Zone we have is from Maldives, Mazia Sports and Recreation Club. They're taking position 3 in this group. 8th participation in the AFC Cup, qualify as winner of 2021-22 Maldives Football League, and they will take position 3 in Group D. And finally, in this group, we have one more Indian club, India Super League winner in 2023, Odisha FC. They're making their debut in the AFC Cup, and in Zone South, Central, and East, there is no country protection because we have only one group for each zone, and 2 clubs from the same country are playing in the same group. Moving on, we have Central Zone, same approach, 4 clubs, and we will introduce you these clubs one by one. FC Raushan from Tajikistan, one of the member associations participating in Champions League and the AFC Cup at the same time because of their ranking. Raushan is the runner-up of Tajikistan League, while champion of Tajikistan Istiklal will be playing in the Champions League group stage. FC Raushan, position 1 in Group E. Continuing, Altin Asir Football Club from Turkmenistan. They will also be drawn into Group E, and they take position 2 in this group. AFC Cup runners-up in 2018, they were one step close to winning this cup, and they will try it this edition as Altin Asir have changed a lot in their squad recently. Altin Asir FC, E2. Third club, taking position 3, champion in Kyrgyz Republic, FC Abdish Ata. Qualified as winner of Kyrgyz Premier League, they will be the only representative from Kyrgyz Republic in the AFC Club competition this season, and they will take position 3 in Group E. And the final ball in this pot is the winner of playoff matches concluded few days ago, FC Marv from Turkmenistan. They defeated FC Khojand in Tajikistan in a very competitive match, and they deservedly earned their space in this group. FC Marv played 2 matches already, 1 at home and 1 away, making their path to Group E in the Central Zone. Finally, Group I, East Zone, same approach, 4 clubs, 1 group, 4 positions. Football Club Ulaanbaatar from Mongolia. Coming from the capital city of Mongolia, they qualified as winner of 2022-23 Mongolia National Premier League. They take position 3 in the group based on the ranking of their member association, FC Ulaanbaatar I3. We have representative from Chinese Taipei, Taichung Futuro FC from Chinese Taipei. They played in the playoff and they defeated Macau Club 2-1 last night. Monte Carlo, they overcome from Monte Carlo Club to earn their place in the East Zone group stage. Another club in this group, only representative from Macau, will be CPK, winner of 2022 Macau Football League. They will take position 1 in this group as highest ranked member association in East Zone in AFC Cup. And the final ball remaining is another club from Chinese Taipei. And here is a confirmation. Tainan City FC, 3rd participation in the AFC Cup. They qualified as winner of 2023 Chinese Taipei Football League to join their fellow Taichung Futuro Football Club FC Ulaanbaatar and CPK from Macau. This concludes the procedures for South, East, and Central zones, and we also have completed our draw in West and ASEAN. I would like to thank all participants being there today, and I would like to thank you for attending the seminar which was concluded here in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. And the groups for AFC Cup 2023-24 are all settled. I'm sure all of the teams are excited and ready to go and start playing. We wish them all the best, and we will see you at the fields, and may the best club lift the trophy which is in front of us for the display. Jung Hwan, back to you, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Avas. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby presenting you the group stage draw results for the AFC Cup 2023-24. Let's take a closer look at the groups with an order of West, ASEAN, South, Central, and East zones. Like I've just mentioned, there are 5 zones, West, South, Central, ASEAN, and East, spreading across 9 different groups of 4 teams. 3 groups in the West and ASEAN zones, and 1 group for South, Central, and East zones. To briefly explain about the match fixtures, starting from mid-September, the home and away format match will take place by the West and South zone clubs on Mondays and Tuesdays, while Wednesdays and Thursdays will be occupied by the Central, ASEAN, and East Zone clubs. Until mid-December, just before the AFC Asian Cup Qatar 2023, each club will take part in 6 match days among the group members and complete the group stage entirely. And the winner of each group will proceed to the next round, while best runner-up club in each of the West and ASEAN zones will join this knockout stage pool. I think it is fair to say that we are all eagerly looking forward to September, where the first match day will take place. I'll also like to remind you to stay tuned for the official draw of the AFC Champions League 2023-24, which will take place today at 4 p.m. Kuala Lumpur time. To all the passionate fans of Asian football, remember that you can tune in to the AFC's digital channels for all the latest updates. And don't forget to download the AFC's official mobile app, AFC Live. As always, thank you very much for watching the AFC Cup 2023-24 group stage draw, and we'll see you soon for the AFC Champions League group stage draw at 4 p.m. Until then, goodbye. Thank you.